You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Hey, so there's some pretty big news coming out about Donald Trump and universities in the U.S. Right now, Trump is set to sign an order that will require colleges and universities to disclose a lot more detailed information about their admissions processes to the federal government. This is a big deal because it fits into his ongoing push to increase transparency in how schools admit students, especially when it comes to race and gender. Basically, this new order means that schools will have to report admissions data broken down by race, sex, grades, test scores, and other factors. Not just who got in, but also who applied and who was rejected. The goal here, according to the Trump administration, is to make sure that universities are not using race or other personal factors unfairly when deciding who gets admitted. This comes after the Supreme Court ruled in 2023 that colleges can no longer use race as a specific factor in admissions, overturning decades of affirmative action policy. But since that ruling, there's been concern that schools might still be using race behind the scenes, without enough transparency to prove otherwise. As this expanded data collection is meant to provide a clearer picture and hold institutions accountable, Education Secretary Linda McMahon has been put in charge of updating the national database that collects higher education data, making sure this new reporting is accurate and detailed. This move is part of a larger campaign by Trump to roll back what he calls divisive diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, often referred to as DEI. He argues that these programs unfairly favor certain groups over others, and that university admissions should be based purely on merit, like grades and test scores, not race or gender. This has led to a series of conflicts with some of the nation's top schools, including Harvard and Columbia, with the government suspending federal funding to those who resist these demands. Some schools, like Columbia and Brown University, have actually agreed to provide this data and work with the administration to keep their funding. Others, like Harvard, have pushed back strongly, arguing that the government shouldn't dictate how private universities run their admissions or academic programs. Harvard's president made it clear that academic freedom and independence are at stake. So what we're seeing here is a major effort by Trump to change how admissions transparency is handled across the country. Supporters say it's about fairness and making sure no one's being discriminated against based on race or gender. Critics, though, worry it could undermine efforts to address long-standing inequalities in higher education and limit diversity. This story is definitely evolving, but it's clear that Trump's administration is doubling down on its campaign to reshape higher education policies, especially around race, admissions, and DEI programs. It's something a lot of people will be watching closely, especially students and universities. Stay subscribed for more videos.